Live now to an exclusive interview in progress. Carolyn Ryan sitting down with the attorney representing Officer Rolfe. That attorney is Lance LaRusso with LaRusso Law Firm. She's getting the very first reaction to hearing the DA is charging former Officer Rolfe with 11 charges. Let's listen in.
He had no idea he was being taken into custody and they violated a rule. You can hear the video and my client says, "I think you've had too much to drink to drive a car," and starts putting his hand behind his back. You would have to be living under a rock for the past 50 years to not know that when an officer tells you to put your hands behind your back, you're not being taken into custody. It looks like a switch flips, and it goes from a very cordial conversation on the part of the officers and on the part of the suspect to a violent assault. And in the course of that violent assault, he's being given commands to stop resisting. They're trying to leverage him to the ground. And in response, Mr. Brooks physically strikes a uniformed law enforcement officer twice in the face and then grabs another officer's taser, which is a robbery under Georgia law and a felony to remove an officer's equipment, specifically a taser, from their person. At that point, we are not dealing with a DUI arrest. We're not dealing with somebody who is asleep in their car. We are dealing with somebody who has violently assaulted two law enforcement officers, has manifested his intent to disarm a law enforcement officer, and proves to be a danger to anyone in the area, including the people in the crowded parking lot. He is under arrest at that point. People have said they just should have let him drive home, or when he started running, they should have let him go away. First of all, that's not the oath they took. They took an oath to enforce the law. So Officer Rolfe chases him, and he doesn't run away. He turns and points a weapon at a uniformed law enforcement officer and fires the taser. Now, when a taser is fired, it sounds a lot like a gunshot. You've seen videos when you hear officers saying taser, 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 or less lethal before they fire it. They do that as part of their training. Number one, so other officers know that they are using less lethal force. And second, so the officers don't believe the suspect is shooting at them. Instead, what we have is a person untrained with a taser who is taking the time in his efforts to supposedly flee to manifest his intent to fire that taser.
You've been listening live to an exclusive interview. This is with Lance LaRusso. He is the attorney for former Officer Garrett Rolfe, who today is now facing 11 charges, including felony murder. Attorney LaRusso, they're basically laying out the case that his client, that no charges should have been brought against his client, and certainly not before the GBI has completed its investigation. Again, an exclusive interview. We'll continue to break that information for you down for you throughout the day.